Hi, it's me again, Fanfiction Dreamer. Welcome back to another segment of Kim Possible, the Extremely Secret Files. Last time, the group managed to arrive at the distribution center and received some help from Lilo and Stitch in disrupting it. However, the Protopets managed to find their way to a populated city on another planet and wreaked havoc. And now they're on their way to meet up with Angela to try and find a way to put an end to the Protopet mess once and for all. So, let's get to this amazingly awesome story. Woohoo, it's still working. Okay. They arrived at the next planet, Planet Grelbin. As soon as they landed and got out of the ship, Ron began shivering. Oh man, you've got to be kidding me! Another icy planet? Oh, will you stop complaining? We have to find Angela, so keep your griping to yourself for a few minutes if you can. Kim then pulled out the communicator. Wade, come in. Hey guys, I see you've reached the coordinates to Angela's home planet. Yes, we have. I mean, seriously, why wouldn't she even live on this frozen wasteland? We have yet to find her. Any ideas on where she could be? Let me check. He checked on his monitor for a moment. I'm picking up on a residential structure on top a snowy hill in a short distance. A short distance, northeast of your location. Residential? You mean like a house? Exactly. That must be where Angela lives. Any ideas if we could just climb up that hill and be able to reach her? Sorry, no dice. That hill is not climbable. You'll have to find another way to reach it. And do you know any other way to reach it? Let me see. He checked again. Got it. There seems to be an underground passage that leads directly to the top of that hill. The entrance to that tunnel should be right near you. There's just one problem. It's locked, and the system to unlock it is far too inaccessible to hack into and manipulate. But I did manage to find where I can unlock that door. And how do we do that? There's another underground tunnel that leads to a chamber containing a terminal. So, if you were to gain access to this terminal, then we'll be able to unlock that door and gain access to the underground tunnel that leads to Angela's place. Right. Although, I have to warn you, it's easier said than done. That's fine. We should be used to that by now. May I ask where the entrance to this other tunnel may be, Wade? The entrance is due northwest. Just head down that ramp and head to your left. It's just a few steps away. Thanks, Wade. We're on it. They rushed down the ramp towards the entrance to the first tunnel. When they reached the tunnel entrance, they found that it was being completely blocked off by a large boulder. Oh, come on! You've got to be kidding me! Another roadblock? Oh, man! Oh my, this seems to be a rocky situation. There has got to be some way to remove it. Ratchet looked directly behind him. Hey, Kimberly, take a look at this. She turned around and spied exactly what he saw. Several purple stones circling around a tall, thin stalagmite. She was amazed by this. Wow, that is so beautiful. Ratchet stood alongside her as he stared at it. Never seen anything like it, have you? She shook her head. Ron walked up beside them and glanced at the strange phenomenon. How exactly is this going to help us move that boulder out of the way? The answer to that only lies within the cosmos. They looked over and spotted the guru standing nearby. What? Hey! You're that guru guy we met on that desert planet! Sir, what do you mean by, what you just said? What? Do you think you can move this boulder out of the way? I am able. How? Patience, young one. For the rock to move, the forces of the universe must align. And is there any way for these forces to align any faster? Ah, yes. The holistic resonance of moonstones may yet guide these wayward forces. Did that make any sense? I don't know. This rock can't be moved by anyone without any aid from the universe. Guess we should look for those moonstones if we're to even have that happen anytime soon. I would assume that we will be able to find these within the surrounding area. I would think so. Okay then, let's search these snowy plains for those moonstones. Yeah, let's go. They rushed out into the snowy fields. Oh, give me a break! Do we really have to search for a bunch of space rocks in this freezing cold? Okay, enough, Ron. You are seriously getting on my nerves. They proceeded with searching the surrounding area for the moonstones. It was tough, what with the Leviathan and the Yeti. Not to mention Ron constantly running away screaming from the side of both of them. Not only that, but also having his pants wrecked several times by both creatures. All this greatly irritated Kim, Ratchet, and Clank, as always. Okay, so a lot of Ratchet and Clank fans would remember these creatures, the Yeti, as perhaps the toughest set of enemies they've had to face. And Insomniac came up with a reward for worst whatever with the Yeti Awards. Worst ideas and whatnot. Something like that. I can't remember all the details. I think you need to look it up. The Ratchet and Clank Wiki might be able to have the answers to that. From all of that headache and toil, as well as a lot of difficulties of fighting the incredibly tough creatures of their terrain, like the Yeti, no surprise there, as a lot of Ratchet and Clank fans would not be surprised by that at all. They were able to collect plenty of moonstones and brought them back over to the guru. He was seen sitting on a chair, meditating. He seemed very pleased about the group bringing the moonstones to him. Yes, your arrival with the moonstones is most fortuitous. It is in this moment that I am able to move the rock. He then instantaneously moved the boulder out of the doorway. Gee, what an amazing coincidence that us busting our hides in this terrible cold, not to mention having my pants shredded numerous times to bring you a bunch of space rock, enabled you to miraculously move that boulder out of the way at this very moment. Thank you, sir. That was most helpful. Your gratitude is comforting, child. Young Missy, you are on your way to completing that part of you that was shattered by the forces of evil. I can see them coming together before my eyes. There is but one more piece still missing that prevents you from becoming one. What? He mentioned something like that when we first ran into him. I think he's talking about your dad's space shuttle. I agree with you on that, Ratchet. From what I'm able to tell, we have one piece left to find. Pardon me, sir, but I must ask, did you come across the last piece you were referring to? I have seen where it lingers. So, where exactly is it? The heart of that which is shattered remains within the heart of something much more colossal than the shattered pieces as a whole. Seriously, why doesn't he just tell us exactly what we need to know in a way in which we can understand him? We're just going to have to figure that one out on our own. Let's just continue on since we finally have that boulder shifted out of the way. They ran into the doorway and went down an elevator shaft into the first tunnel. They arrived within an underground tunnel. As they stepped on a platform, they had a chance to look around the entire place. So, this must be one of the underground tunnels that Wade has told us about. Ron looked directly towards the front and shrieked, "TP! Ratchet! Clank! Look!" They looked towards the front and were startled to find a massive fossil of what looked like a gigantic, monstrous creature. Whoa! It looks like a massive dinosaur fossil. Rufus popped out of Ron's pocket and spotted the massive fossil. He shrieked, then pulled himself back in. I wonder just how long it has been down here. Who knows? It could have been a really long time. I'm sure Wade would be very interested into looking into this. Yes, this does look like something that would fascinate him. Pardon me for the typos. Again. Ratchet nodded. So, what is this place anyway? It appears to be some sort of mining facility. Another mining area? Like that desert planet? What? Has this place been reduced to an icy wasteland from whatever it was? Calm down, Ron. I had no idea that you have such hostilities towards mining facilities on other planets. After hearing about that other planet's rainforest being reduced to a desert for mining, I resent all mining facilities on other planets. So do I. I just can't believe that Megacorp would do something so terrible like that. You know what? I don't blame you. You both have every right to feel that way. And I agree with you. Ken looked at Ratchet and smiled in a sort of emotional manner. Ratchet smiled back at her. So, how are we going to go through this place. She pulled out the communicator. Wade, any ideas on how to get through this tunnel? There appears to be some sort of platform. And where is it? You're standing on it. They looked down at the platform below their feet. But it's currently inactive. And why is that? There's something jamming the signal. I'm not sure what it is. All I know is it's very close by. Kim looked around some more. She then spotted something on the back wall above them. Hey, what's that up there? Everyone looked up and spotted what appeared to be a lavender-hued icy rock. I don't know. Looks like a gem of sorts. Yes, its structure does appear to be that of a crystal. And it also looks like something that doesn't belong here. So how do we get it down from here? They all thought for a moment. Just then, Ron thought of something. I've got it! He reached into his pocket and pulled out Rufus. Rufus! Yay! Good thinking, Ron. Rufus could scale the icy wall and dig up that crystal. An excellent idea. That animal's claws are ideal for this particular job. Yeah! Yeah! Huh? Come on, Rufus. We could really use your help. Can you please retrieve that shiny object up there for us? Oh, okay. He made his way to the icy wall and climbed it. As he reached the crystal, he dug it up with his claws. After he was able to dig it up, it fell. Kim was right there to catch it. She took a closer look at it. Rufus climbed down the wall and back into Ron's pocket as he crouched down and held his hand up. All right, Rufus! Wade, have you found out anything about this crystal? I don't believe it. That crystal contains unusual signal jamming properties. I wonder how one crystal could jam any frequencies. I don't know, but it's worth looking into. Wade's vendor reappeared right near them. Please, place it into the vendor, please. Kim did just that. It was soon transported. I have to admit, Ron, Rufus really came through for us. Ron smiled. By the way, the transport platform is now functional. You should be able to move across to the other side of the tunnel on it now. All right. Thanks, Wade. You also came through for us. Wade smiled. Kim put away the communicator and they were transported to the other side of the tunnel platform. They arrived on the other side of the tunnel. There they stood before a metallic chamber, which was sealed by a gate. This seems to be a problem. Most certainly. And there does not seem to be any way to unblock it from out here. Hey, Ron, you think you can get Rufus to help us out again? I'll try. Ron reached into his pocket, but something seems wrong. Rufus? Hey, Rufus! 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 What seems to be the problem, Ron? I seem to be having a hard time getting Rufus out. Wait, hold on, I got him. He pulled Rufus out and held him up. Rufus looked into the chamber. He shrieked, then covered his eyes as he turned his head away and trembled. Well, this isn't going well. Rufus, we need you to help us out. Will you go into the chamber and find a way to open that door? You're the only one who can do it. Rufus stopped trembling, opened his eyes as he faced the gate a little, then turned his head away, covering his eyes, and went back to trembling. Look, I know you're scared, but we really need you to help us out. Only you can fit through that gate. Will you please help us with this? He hesitantly went back to facing the gate as he opened his eyes and managed to stop trembling. Okay. He jumped down from Ron's hand and right through a small opening. He scurried through the chamber as fast as he could, looking for a switch to open the gate. He searched everywhere, going from one part of the room to another until he climbed up a console that contained the switch to open the gate. He triggered it, causing the gate to open. He then ran back to the group and back into Ron's hand. "All right! You did it, Rufus! Way to go, Rufus!" "Yes, you have done admirably." Rufus rubbed the back of his head, flattered by the praises. Ron dropped Rufus back into his pocket. "Take 5, little buddy. We'll handle the rest from here. Let's go!" They rushed into the chamber. As they entered, they were bombarded by several robots. They seemed vicious and very unwelcoming, but it wasn't anything the group couldn't handle. They continued through until they found another elevator shaft. They took it back to the surface and into a closed-off chamber. There, they noticed a terminal. It was the very one that Wade was telling them to reach. Kim pulled out the communicator. "Wade, we have found the terminal. Now what? Just leave it to me." From his computer, he was able to hack into the terminal and manipulate the system. "I've done it!" With that, the door opened, giving them access to the outside. They stepped out and saw the other door that led to the other tunnel was open too. "The other underground passage is accessible now. Just head through there and you should be able to reach Angela." "Thanks, Wade. We'll let you know if we need anything else from you." She tucked the communicator away. "Let's go, guys." They rushed over towards the other doorway and took the elevator shaft down to the next tunnel. As soon as they arrived at the next tunnel, they found themselves in front of another impasse. "Oh dear, it seems that we have come across yet another hindrance. Now what?" Kim looked up and noticed an air vent. "Hey, look!" The others looked up with her. "There's an air duct. Perhaps we can use that to help us out. Rufus!" He popped out of Ron's pocket. He seemed a bit cranky. "Yeesh, the little guy seems a bit cross, don't you think?" "Rufus, we need you to help us out again. We're caught in another jam. Perhaps you can find a way to get us across this gap? There's an air vent that only you can fit in. It should lead you directly to the other side. Could you please head over there and see if you can find something that will help us get across?" Rufus hesitated for a bit. Fine." He climbed out of Ron's pocket and into the air vent. He scurried to the other side of the gap as fast as he could. Right after crossing over, he looked around for a bit until he was able to find a switch. Upon activating it, a few floating platforms appeared. The group jumped across and reunited with Rufus. "Thanks, Rufus. I'll pay you back for this, I promise." Rufus rushed over to Ron, climbed up his pants, and back into his pocket. "Hopefully we won't need him again for a while, but I'm just glad he's able to be here whenever we need him." "Of course, Rufus is an invaluable member of the team. Now, let's get through these corridors so we can find Angela." They rushed right through. Along the way, they ran into a horde of more robots. They were a lot more vicious than the last horde they encountered. They were indeed tougher to beat, but they were able to make their way through. They fought tooth and nail through the horde, all the way to the other elevator shaft. As soon as they were able to reach it, they immediately took it back to the surface. Back to the surface, they rushed towards what appeared to be a large house. So this must be where Angela lives. "Hey everyone, look!" They looked over and noticed several protopets near and around the house. "The protopets are here too! No doubt a nasty little present from her former employer. Come on, let's go at him so that we can see if Angela is here." They rushed at the protopets and fought all of them off. These seemed somewhat more vicious than the last batch they've encountered. Thankfully, they were able to fight them all off. As soon as they cleared the surrounding area of those little monsters, they walked up to the front door. Ratchet knocked on it. The door opened and Angela peered out. "Hey, Angela! Nice place you have here." "Yeah, it's a remnant of my days of working for Megacorp. They have a very generous bonus package." Hey, you have a virtual menu in there? I've been dying for nachos since before I started this whole trip." He was about to walk into the house, but Kim grabbed him by the shirt and pulled him back. "Ron, enough with the nachos already." "Oh, come on, KP, can't I just..." Kim glared at him in a very annoyed manner, as did Ratchet and Clank. "Oh, all right, I'll knock off the nachos for now." So, now that you have your ID badge, how do we bring down the Protopets? Angela then pulled out another monitor. "Here, watch this." How long has this been going? Interesting, not even half an hour. Alright. Okay, I think... Did I? Yes, I did.
Mommy, where do Protopets come from?
Why, they come from Megacorp, dear.
That's right, Mrs. Robot. All of the Protopets in the galaxy come from right here, in our factory. Your little friend is lovingly extracted from the original Protopet. Each Protopet is given a name and birth certificate that is unique. Our training system helps mold your pet into a wonderful friend that you'll cherish forever. So the next time your child asks,
Mommy, where do Protopets come from?
you can answer with confidence. They come from Megacorp.
If you did not find that to be disturbing, then there is something wrong with you, I swear. As horrible to watch as that is, that's also funny. Don't do that again, Caitlin. Whoops, I just mentioned my real name. They what? Yeah, okay, they did that. Okay, another commercial that shows disturbing images but verbalizes pleasant advertising. Yeah, that was very difficult to watch, to say the least. That factory is using the original Protopet to produce all the others. Exactly. If we can do away with the original Protopet, that'll shut them down permanently. She handed Clank a card. 20% off a complete service at Groovy Lube? Oh, whoops, wrong one. She then pulled out her ID badge. This will deactivate the door to the Protopet duplications chamber. She handed the ID badge over to Kim. I'll meet you guys there. You sure you don't want to leave with us? Well, Megacorp's orbital defenses are quite nasty. With 2 ships, there's a good chance at least one of us will get through. Good thinking. Sounds like a plan. She opened the door to walk in and tripped on her way in. You okay, Angela? I'm fine. Just go. I'll be there soon. All right. Let's go, guys. It's time to get to the heart of this matter and strike hard. They ran off. Kim stood by and thought about something. The heart. Oh, hey! Wait for me, guys! They took a long flight towards their next destination. They eventually arrived at the final planet, Yeatle. I don't know what that is a reference to. As soon as they landed and got out of the ship, they stood by and stared out at the massive Megacorp building that sat underneath a black sky. So this is it, the Megacorp Protopet factory. You know something? This place pretty much screams typical bad guy lair, wouldn't you think? You do make a good point. It does look ominous, almost like this whole mission. I'm sorry, you guys. I had no way of knowing this was all a terrible idea from the start. Don't worry about it, Ratchet. It didn't seem that way to me either. Although, there was something that struck me as a bit fishy during the beginning. That it wasn't enough to confirm anything. Ratchet smiled, then looked back at the facility with a serious look on his face. Seems kind of wrong to raid a corporate factory, but after everything they've put us through, they had it coming. Who else here also wants to get even with this company? I am so there. No one messes with my friends and gets away with it, especially after what they did to you, Ratchet. Ratchet smiled again. Wait, whoops. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Wade? Kim, I have two things for you. First off, I located the last piece of your dad's space shuttle. It's directly inside that factory building. Well, how about that? The final piece is just inside the belly of the beast. And in the possession of Megacorp's beloved CEO, no doubt. I would think so too. Secondly, I just built another device for you guys. I'll transport it now. Wade's fender appeared again. Transporting from it was a small device. Kim grabbed it and observed it. It's a disruptor device. I built it from studying that crystal you found in that icy tunnel. That Megacorp factory is loaded with some of the toughest, most advanced security system in the galaxy. This should at least disrupt a lot of their detrimental ones. Sounds as though we'll be needing this to infiltrate the factory. Thanks, Wade. You rock hardcore. Wade smiled before Kim put away the communicator. Seems like we both have our reasons for needing to break into the factory. Not really. Believe it or not, the last piece is not my main reason. Mr. Fizzwidget took advantage of you. He used you like a tool and tried to dispose of you when he didn't need you anymore. Elder or not, that geezer is going down just because of that. Ratchet smiled at her, then looked towards Ron and Clank as well as Kim. All right, guys, let's do it. They rushed towards the factory as fast as they could. Oh, this is getting good. Getting to the front door has proven to be very difficult. There was a very large gap that separated them from the factory entrance. In fact, it separated them from the entire facility. Thankfully, Kim and Ratchet provided the perfect solution to that problem with the use of their own grappling gadgets. They used them to get themselves, as well as Ron and Clank, across the gap. However, they wound up in the middle of a robot barrage, and one that they couldn't escape from. So they were forced to fight through the barrage. It was an excruciatingly tough fight, and it lasted for an extensive amount of time. They were nearly exhausted just trying to get through, but they eventually eradicated the entire barrage. Man, if that was the welcoming committee, I'd hate to see what's waiting for us inside that building. So do I. But just think of how much worse it would be without that disruptor Wade gave us. I've noticed a lot of the other forms of machinery here. Yes, I have noticed that too, Miss Possible. That would be the exact security system that Wade mentioned would have been detrimental to us. Well, if that's true, then good thing he gave us this disruptor, or else we would be in for a real tough fight. You took the words out of my mouth, Kimberly. In any case, we have to keep going. Yes, we must keep at it. We have come too far to back out of this now, and there is too much at stake. For once, I agree with that. These guys have pushed us too far and have caused too much carnage to the good people of this galaxy. Let's trash this place and teach these corporate marauders a lesson they'll never forget. You said it, Ron. I just hope Angela is doing okay. She probably has it really tough handling those orbital defenses. I'm worried about her too, but we can't think about her right now. We have to stay focused on the task at hand. You're right. She would want us to keep going and not waste any time worrying about her. Let's just go. I would be sure that she'll catch up to us sooner or later. They rushed into the facility. The second they set foot into the front door, they've come across one tough fight after another. Everywhere they looked, there were robots attempting to stop them. They were incredibly vicious, and they came by the boatloads. But the group was able to fight through them regardless of how tough it was. It had indeed been their toughest fight yet, as the robots have been shown to be extremely formidable, but thankfully so is the group. Despite all of that, they were content with seeing that the robots were the only line of defense active at the time. Sorry about that. They could see all around them a lot of the advanced security systems, knowing what they would have been up against if not for Wade's disruptor device. The entire facility was a long stretch. It was a vast and difficult trek, especially with all of the constant battles, making the trek seem longer. Not to mention that they made things a lot tougher. However, they were shown that they could really hold their own in all of it. Even Ron was actually pulling his own weight in all this, instead of running away screaming like he usually does. You could really tell that he had a serious agenda, as it was the same with the rest of the group. Rufus was also very dedicated to doing his part for the team. A few times when he was needed to handle a few small tasks that needed to be done, he helped out the team the best of his skills and had felt very proud of himself for getting each and every task done. The team couldn't possibly think of anything more they could ever need from the little guy. Within much time, they came very close to the end. Wade, how much longer to the Protopet distribution center? You're almost there. Just keep on the path you're going, then take the next left and you're free and clear. Got it. Thanks, Wade. They kept on the trek. It was a bit longer from there, but soon enough they were able to reach a large door. Okay, guys, the Protopet distribution center should be on the other side of that door. Just use that ID badge and you should be good to go. Angela eventually rushed in, panting from exhaustion. Sorry I'm late. I had some trouble with the guards. Actually, you couldn't have come at a better time. All right, let's crack that bad boy open and end this Protopet madness. Just then, the female robot from a while back arrived, waving her arms to tell them no, as she had something important to say. What's with this robot girl? What's with this girl robot? She is trying to tell us something. Hang on. Her head opened up from her mouth, revealing a screen. I always have to check to make sure I manage to switch the thing.
Bye now. Enjoy the Hygienator. Remember, you bought it from Steve. Steve McCork. Indeed. Now that I've sold my 1 millionth Hygienator, I can finance the comeback of the greatest superhero who ever lived, Captain Quark! All I need now is a new galaxy with a new fan base so I can rescue them from a new disaster!
Hey, I wonder what that thing looks like. Just then, Mr. Fizzwidget, who showed up with several guard bots, severely shot the female robot, startling the entire group. Oh, snap! What the? Oh my gosh! What do you think you are doing? Mr. Fizzwidget! They then watched him unzip himself in perhaps the most disturbing spot imaginable, which appalled them a lot. He revealed himself to be Captain Quark. Oh, wow! What a plot twist! Wait, what? What is... Hey, you're that Quark guy that we saw on that show! Oh no, this is bad. Alright, Jess, what the flot is going on? Angela! I believe I know exactly what this is. Captain Quark over here has been masquerading as your beloved CEO to unleash this protopet disaster. And from what that female bot has just shown us, it's all part of his comeback scheme to make himself a hero again. Right?
Gee, aren't you a smart little redhead girl? That's right, I'm about to save the galaxy from the protopets, and all of you have become my prime suspects. Whoever some of you are. Guards, seize them!
Soon enough, the entire group was brought into the duplication chamber. Ignore that, please. I didn't even think my cell phone would go off. Soon enough, the entire group was brought into the duplication chamber, where they were held at gunpoint by the guard bots. Quark stood near the original protopet. There was a camera in the chamber with them, pointed at Quark.
Smile! It's showtime!
This is so the perfect time to be camera shy.
This is really bad! Ahem! Citizens of Bogon, I am Captain Quark. I have come to you in this, your darkest of hours, to shine the flashlight of justice on your galaxy.
Flashlight of justice! He was knocked on the head by one of the guard bots' guns.
As you know, a living menace called the Protopet has been set loose in your galaxy. But fear not, Bogonites, for I, Captain Quark, have caught the perpetrators.
The camera was pointed towards the group.
Yes, good citizens, these are the mastermind behind Megacorps.
The camera shifted back to Quark as he finished his sentence.
Experiment with death.
Oh, so not. She was bashed on the back of her shoulder with another of the guard bot's guns.
And now...
He then pulled out a strange-looking remote-like device with 3 short wires sticking out of it, each with a transceiver at the very end.
With this, super electro gadget I invented, I will end the protopet threat once and for all.
Hey, that's my Elixomorph. I invented she was hit on the stomach with another of the guard bot's guns.
Ahem. Stay tuned, dear viewers, as I amplify the signal from this Elixo thingy and render every protopet in the galaxy completely harmless. Now then, how do I work this thing? Let's see. There's this, and then, I do this, and then, how is this?
Kim whispered to Ratchet as she leaned closer to him. Yeah, this guy sounds exactly like someone who invented that device.
Yes, I've got it. Now then, allow me to demonstrate.
With a push of a button on the Helixomorph, he zapped the protopet. Within a few seconds, the protopet increased in size and morphed into a massive beast. It looked towards Quark and gobbled him up whole. The guard bots became frightened and ran away, leaving the group as they looked up at the massive robot. That would be so cool if it wasn't going to hurt us. The beast crashed through a nearby wall. Does that helixomorph actually work? I'm sure it did. I tested it myself. So why did that device of yours turn the protopet into a gigantic monster? I don't know. I would have to look into what's wrong. Well, Clank, Kimberly, and I will try getting it back somehow. You wait here with Ron to figure out how we're going to fix it. What? Are you seriously going to leave us here on the sidelines? Do you want to jump into there with that thing? Ron looked down towards the vicious protopet beast wandering around. A terrified look grew on his face. On second thought, I don't really mind standing on the sidelines. Actually, we'll be doing some searching around the rest of the place for anything else important. Okay, works for me. Ratchet, Kim, Clank, be careful. Do not worry about us. We can handle ourselves just fine. Come on, guys, let's bring down that beast and get back that helixomorph. I'm right behind you, Ratchet. Kim, Ratchet, and Clank rushed into the doorway and battled with the beast while Ron watched along with Angela. Ugh, my goodness. Okay, I think that's long enough. So next time, Ratchet, Kim, and Clank will face off against the beast, and I'll be able to continue the rest of the story from there. Oh man, that's a mouthful. I really hope that the next one won't be that long. So, until next time, I'll see ya. Okay, bye everybody.